So today on Breakfast, Lunch, and Dinner Cooking, I'm going to be making a strawberry yogurt cake. And if you're new to my channel, I have a bunch of old-fashioned cooking from like the 50s, and it's all easy cooking, and I'm happy to have you. And here we go. Okay, I'm going to start out with 3 eggs and a 1.5 cups of Greek yogurt. And then I'm going to have a cup of sugar, and I'm going to whisk that around. Get that all smooth. Okay, now I'm going to add 1 3/4 cups of flour. I like to use this organic flour from Walmart. Then I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. That might be a little more, but it won't hurt. And I'm going to add 2/3 cup of vegetable oil. I've got my oven preheated to 350. I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of soda and baking soda, and then 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Let's see, I think I got everything there. Yep. I just moved here and I could only find one beater, so I'm doing it by hand with my one beater. I'm just about unpacked. I moved to Michigan from Florida, and I'm so happy to be home. Pure Michigan. Works for me. I'll take the cold weather and everything that goes with it. Tastes wonderful. Okay, now I'm going to butter my pan. I'm using a Bundt pan today. Get that buttered. I'm kind of generous with the butter. You don't want to use too much because it can kind of boil over, we'll say, and make a smoked up kitchen, but you want enough that it's going to pop out for you. Get all the little ridges on a Bundt pan. Okay, that should be good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some strawberry jam that I got from Aldi's. I like it because it doesn't have that high fructose corn syrup. It's just strawberry preserves. And I'm going to take this Probably put a good amount. I'm gonna microwave this a little bit. I just want a little bit in the center of the cake. So I'm gonna microwave that for like a minute. Yeah, maybe 30 seconds. Just to soften it up a little bit. And then I'm gonna add half of my batter. You've seen those cakes with the a little bit of fruit in the center, right? Well, that's what I'm gonna try to achieve here. So I'm gonna just smooth it out. And I'm gonna be putting a buttercream, homemade buttercream frosting drizzle on it. And that is gonna be yummy too. Let's see if that made it soft enough. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to get it right in the center. Just so that when you cut it, it looks pretty. And I only added a cup of sugar. It says you can add a cup and a half, but I thought with the preserves, you don't want it too sweet. And I'm on some new medication for my, well, actually, I just started on some medication for my shaking. So I'm really happy. I'm not shaking as much, guys. Okay, I'm going to put that on top. This is going to be a nice, rich cake with that yogurt. I was always happy that I wasn't on anything at almost 70 years old. But, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, and this is gonna go in the oven for probably 30 to 40 minutes, something like that. I wanna get all that good stuff. Okay, so I'm going to put that in the oven, and I will be back. Okay, it's coming out of the oven. Let's check it here. I'm going to leave it 5 more minutes. And I'll be back. Okay, it's out of the oven now. I let it go another 5 minutes. I like to kind of shake it and see if I can get it to loosen up from the pan a little bit. It's a nice heavy cake. Okay. I'm going to put the plate on it. And hopefully all will go well. Whoop. Well, kind of went well. Let me see if I can get this out. Put it back on. Yeah, that's not bad. All right, I'm going to let this cool now. And then I'm going to put a buttercream frosting on it. And we'll be back. Cake cool off for about a half hour. Still a little bit warm, but I'm going to start on the frosting. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take 2.5 cups of powdered sugar. Whoop. Yeah, a little more. And this is, you know, if it gets a little too thin or a little too thick, you can always add sugar or add milk or whatever. It's not a perfect scenario. And then I've got a stick of butter that I've been letting sit out for a couple hours. So we'll see how that does. Oh, come on. And then add a teaspoon of vanilla. And my milk. So I'm gonna get this all mashed in. Buttercream frosting is the absolute best. It doesn't get any better than that. I've got my daughter and my granddaughters, her family coming over, and so I am going to put a few sprinkles on it because kids love sprinkles. And no one will ever know that it crumpled a little bit when I took it out. So I just kind of smash it in. You can use a mixer too, but I'm missing one of my beaters. It's still not unpacked, so I think that'll be good. And then I'm just going to add like 2 to 3 tablespoons of milk. I don't want to add a lot, but I am going to make it kind of drizzly, so I'll probably add a little bit more than normal. Got to be careful though. You want to beat it so it doesn't have lumpies. See, it would be better if I had my mixer, but I don't, so I'm going to try my beater though and see if that helps. I still have a bunch of boxes in my garage, but my sprinkles will help. There we go. It's coming. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do, move everything out of my way here. I'm gonna cover up my boo-boos here. No one will ever know. Frosting can hide a multitude of sins. And this is a very high protein cake with all that yogurt and the 3 eggs, so you don't have to feel as guilty. In fact, I think I'll advertise it as a high protein cake. Why not? Okay. And just kind of spread it around. Make it as pretty as you can. Making cakes has never been my total beautiful bakery that I make, but it'll still get 8. Believe me, it will. And I see a lot of these other YouTubers, their cakes don't look so great either. That's what you call homemade, right? I'm going to get a spoon. Get a little bit out of the middle there that fell in. Oh, that syrup. I mean syrup. That jelly is, or jam is still kind of warm, so it's kind of melting the frosting. But I'll put the sprinkles on real quick. Try to hold it in there. My granddaughters are gonna love this cake. This is kind of an Eastery looking sprinkles. And I am gonna cut it. They won't care, because I want to show you how the jelly is in the center of it. I probably should let this rest a little longer, but I'm impatient. Clean up my mess here a little bit. Get my little cake server here. Who knows, maybe this will be my lunch. Okay, I don't know if you can see me doing this. Okay. Since it's high protein, I don't have to feel guilty, right? See? It's kind of neat. If you want it to be more in the center, I probably should have put a little bit less in the bottom of the, little bit less batter in the bottom. And anyway, here's my little high protein cake. How fun. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, there's nothing you can't do if you put your mind to it. Love the Lord with all your heart. Till we meet again.